All right. Good afternoon. Happy Friday. We got an orange here, delicious salad. We're all cozied up for a little March Madness on a Friday.
119 more minutes to go. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. We're ready. We're rocking. We're rolling. We're locked. We're loaded. We're good with all of you. This is Cleveland Browns Daily. It's presented by Bally Bet, an official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. And before we get into the hot topics of the day, which we're going to do, and I guess March Madness is one of those hot topics of the day, presented by University Hospitals, the official healthcare provider of the Cleveland Browns. Gibbe, G-Man. I feel like he's got all the answers.
He does. He has come prepared. I know where you're going.
All right. I need to go. And then we're gonna have a powwow as to where all of us stand currently. Give me all of yesterday's results, G-Man.
Read them slowly.
All right. Auburn defeats Alabama State.
All right.
That was a close one.
Creighton just stomped Louisville.
Yep. So I had Louisville into the Sweet 16
Yep.
on our crazy bracket due to rather hosting their daily show over Auburn. I tried to talk Bo out of it. He would not hear it.
Michigan defeated UC San Diego.
Yeah, duh. The Blue came into this thing as hot as anybody in town.
Texas A&M defeated Yale.
Okay. All right. So far I'm 3 for 4. Louisville, the only blemish.
Drake defeated Missouri.
Drake defeat. Oh gosh,
Yeah.
that's not good. Okay, that's a loss. That's a loss.
Texas Tech defeated UNC Wilmington.
That's a win, and that's a big one. We have Texas Tech going because of oil money and the Landman show.
Yes,
We have
that
Texas
is
Tech
the
going
only
to the
reason.
Final Four.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually because of it's the mascot fight, the Red Raider. Yeah, the Red Raider's formidable.
Oh, but I mean the oil money is still a fun.
It's also a fun thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe that's why Texas A&M made it so.
Arkansas beat Kansas.
Arkansas beat Kansas.
For Patino.
Where? Okay. All right. It's all right. I have them losing to the Johnnies in the next round. That's
And the
fine.
Johnnies did take care of the Omaha Mavericks.
Hold
Okay.
on. Wasn't it like a 3-point game at halftime?
That Kansas-Arkansas game was just a battle.
All right,
Wire
so
to wire, it was fantastic.
we're 5 and 8 right. 5 for 8 right now. 5 and 3.
BYU defeated VCU.
BYU defeated.
That's in your East region. That's your 6-11 in the East region.
Okay.
And then Wisconsin beat Montana. So that takes out Montana, but that's
6-11.
okay.
Hold on. BYU won. Okay, that's a winner, dog.
BYU won. Wisconsin won. So Montana's out.
That's a problem.
Houston won
Yep.
against SIU Edwardsville. Gonzaga
Gonzaga
won.
won.
versus
That's
Georgia.
good. Got both of those.
McNeese beat Clemson
Got that.
because thank you, Lake Charles. It's
Yep.
on water. That's
right.
all that matters.
That's all that mattered. High Point out.
High Point is gone. Goodbye. UCLA beat Utah State, and Tennessee beat Wofford. So, by my count, that's 11 for 16 yesterday.
All right. What did I miss? Who did I miss in the? Who else did I miss in the East? I only have 2 games in the East. Bama.
There was only 2 games played in the East yesterday.
So there were only how many games did we have total yesterday?
16. Or no.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, because there were 6 in the Midwest. All
Yeah.
right. So
Yep.
I
16 games.
was 5 and 3 over here, and on this side, 1 and 1, 2 and 1, 3 and 1, 4 and 1, 4 and 2, 5 and 2, 6 and 2, 6 and 2 over here. Yeah, 11 and 5, and that's what you are as well.
I went 10 and 6. and I lost a Final Four team.
Not me. I my Elite 8 is fully intact. In fact.
Yeah.
What did J-Mac do?
Yeah, J-Mac had you.
Here, he's handing it over. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. He went 12 and 4.
12 and 4.
Yep.
Okay.
He had VCU over BYU.
Very impressive,
He had
Dr.
Clemson
J.
over McNeese. He had Kansas over Arkansas. He had Louisville over Creighton.
Okay. Okay.
So, yeah. Just as I thought, I'm in last.
Just
Exactly what I thought would happen.
I mean, and you know the most.
Yeah. That's always how it works, right?
It is always how it works. It is very true. My dad, when he was a teacher at Pedro, was a teacher at Moreau, and we was the dean there. They used to do a football pool every week, and it was invariably won by people who did not watch football every week.
Every single time. I mean, like fantasy football leagues, bracket challenges. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. I feel pretty good about we're 11-5. Feels like we've accomplished something. All right. What's going on now? Where are we at right now with March Madness?
We got 2 games going on right now. Mississippi State and Baylor. That's your 8-9 over in the
Yep.
East region.
I got Mississippi State.
And Mississippi State is down 33-32, although they have the ball right now.
Okay.
So
That's
this is going to be a good game. These 8-9s sans Gonzaga and Georgia, because Gonzaga has no business being an 8 seed, in my opinion.
Okay.
But yeah, all these games are going to be good. And then we got Robert Morris in Alabama right now. That's over at Rocket Arena in Cleveland. Alabama's up 28-18 on the Colonials.
Yeah, I got that. Okay. All right.
And then Iowa State and Lipscomb will tip at 1:30.
Okay.
Believe we have Lipscomb because of Nashville.
Iowa State. Where? Give me a region.
That is your South region, 3-14 matchup.
3-14. We have got Lipscomb. Yeah, big upset coming.
The Bisons.
And we've got UNC is the one that if UNC loses to Ole Miss today,
It's shot.
it's over.
Yeah, it's. Need UCLA in a big way as well. Tough game against Tennessee coming up.
I mean, in the bottom of this bracket, in the bottom of the South, that little cluster, we have Michigan State losing to New Mexico. In the round of 32 is UNC Lipscomb. So we have an 11, a 14, and a 10, and we have New Mexico beating Michigan State because we'd rather do the New Mexico Lobos daily shows over the Sparties.
apparently, I think the reasoning was because it's Patino's kid.
And it's because we like New Mexico.
We could thrive in the pit. I think those were
like
the
New
exact
Mexico.
words from Bo Bishop,
Yeah, we like New Mexico.
who's chilling by Lake Erie this morning.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
All right.
the madness, baby.
The madness indeed. The madness indeed. All right. So that's where we are with the madness. The Browns, yesterday, a little bit of news. Huh? How about it? The Browns have officially signed free agent offensive lineman Tevin Jenkins. Jenkins originally drafted by the Bears, 39th overall in 2021. Originally drafted to be an offensive tackle, but he's played guard at the NFL level, 6'6", 321, 4 years at the Bears, 45 games, 38 starts. Last year, Jenkins, the 13th highest PFF grade among all guards, 75.8 pass blocking, 70.3 run blocking. Very talented guy. He has had some injury issues, though. Missed the first 9 games of his rookie season on IR following back surgery. In 22, had a hip injury and a neck injury. Finished season on IR. 23 on IR for 4 weeks after injuries of both calves, and then missed another game with a concussion. Then he missed the last 2 games last year with a calf injury. This is an interesting one. Do we know any contract details on it? No? Yeah, tell him how to do it, G-Man. That's good. Yeah, you might want to turn your mic on. G-Man.
My
Amazing.
buddy just texted me and goes, I actually am enjoying off mic Gibbs.
Yeah, you're
I'm
good
like,
off mic. Were you yelling
I might just
from-
do that. It
yeah.
might be a little better.
Were you yelling from off mic? It is fun.
No, we don't. We don't know
No,
any
okay.
contract stuff.
Because this is a guy that feels a lot like a starter.
That's what we were saying yesterday.
26 years old. He started 39 games and is pretty well regarded. So to me, this sounds like somebody who would be an absolute starter in the league, period.
I'm shocked that he didn't wind up with anybody else when the guards started going off the board.
So it makes me wonder 2 things. Do we know if he was signed to a 1-year deal, multi-year deal? Did it say in any of the releases? I feel like G-Man's all over this.
He's working on it.
Because I don't remember seeing anything.
No, they haven't announced. I mean, other than that we've signed him, came at 3:15 yesterday.
Yep.
If I look at my timestamp correctly.
Yeah, so people really are saying, I really want to know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we'll get that figured out. But this is a guy that feels a lot like a starter to me. And it is interesting to see how that is going to play out. What is this contract? And then that leads you to wonder other things, right?
Correct.
And those other things become what we know. Joel Bitonio's back. You got Joel Bitonio and Wyatt Teller. You got 2 Pro Bowl guards. Is this a move to get him in the building, and maybe it's a multi-year deal, and they believe that he is the succession plan to Joel Bitonio, and they're willing to get him in now to have that, with the idea being that it's probably, the last year for him. So I don't know. Does that mean a trade is in the offing? Again, I don't know. But it's a good signing, but it is also a curious signing.
I mean, here's a guy, he could play guard, and I believe he's been a swing tackle, right?
Yes, but he's really been his best as a guard in the league.
Okay, but
I don't
in the
believe he
event
was
that
signed
we end
as
up in a situation,
sure.
versatility right now is
Yes.
not a bad thing on the offensive line. I don't know. It's a very when we got the news yesterday, right after the show ended. I mean, we were all like, "Huh." I mean, great, bolsters the interior,
Yeah.
but where is he playing?
So that's the interesting thing, and that's why I think this leads to some questions. Once we get the details, if this is a multi-year deal, I feel like then he is the heir apparent for Joel Bitonio, and that tells you that maybe they're not as locked in on Zach Zinter, or perhaps that's the wrong way to read it. Could also be part of another move. So very interesting there, because the one area on your offensive line that you're good, at least for 2025, is guard. So it would be interesting there. Browns have also brought back cornerback Tony Brown. Tony Brown last year ended up on IR with a broken foot. I love this guy, Tony Brown. Great special teams player, great energy guy, great human. Love being around him. Can't wait to get to talk to him. I don't know if he's going to be around. Is he around at all, Gibbe?
He was here late yesterday to sign his contract. I was told well after 4:30, 5 o'clock. So
Okay.
he is not around today.
All right, here's what's coming
No
up.
one's really here today.
No,
I feel
does
like
not.
everybody's out watching games.
Yeah, it feels like that's where a great many people are. Can we just throw Madness in the background right here in the middle of the show?
I mean, I don't think we can stream it, but we could probably put it on the other TV over there for you.
No, that's fine. Here's what's coming up on the show today. Sound bites on what the media is hearing about the Browns quarterback situation and some comments from Shedeur Sanders. We got Adam Schefter, Jeremy Fowler. We're going to hear from Shedeur, Bill Barnwell, and finally some comments from Najee Harris about the Steelers' struggles last year on offense, which I think is very interesting. There also was, guys, I don't know if you saw in the recent McShay podcast, there's a good 3 or 4 minute chunk in there where he talks about us and number 2 and Shedeur and a variety of other possibilities that include Abdul Carter at 2 and then Shuck later on, or Dart, something like that, but then they kind of back away from that. So it's a very interesting discussion. I do believe Todd McShay thinks that the best landing spot for Shedeur Sanders in this draft is us, and that would be a very good match in terms of skill set and what we're going to do. So that's coming your way, 1:30, all those, then maybe we'll be able to add that McShay one in there because it's very good. I know it starts at 7:30, 7 minutes and 30 seconds into his most recent pod. Segment 145 has me scared, folks. I'm just going to I'm going to level with you. I'm going to shoot you straight. As Dabo would say in Australia, not a word of a lie. I'm scared. This is what it says in the rundown. Gibbe has something for you, Z.
What do I have? I didn't do the rundown today.
I don't know what you have. How would I know?
I've been dealing with things outside of the building. I literally walked in here at 12:15.
I would figure you would be in the know.
What am I looking at?
145. Gibbe has something for you, Z. That is what it says in this rundown.
Oh, yeah, I got a little fun and games. Compliments of the 33rd team. Little guess some things.
All right, I'm not scared now. I mean,
no. I mean, we always have good times when we do this.
With the way you like to operate, I didn't know if you were going to come in here and smack me with a baseball
It's a
bat.
Friday, man. Our goal is to get to 3 o'clock. We got games to watch, and
We have a lot to
I
do.
have no obligations this week.
A lot to do. G-Man, are you prepared? Are you prepared at some point in today's program to do a deep dive on the T. Higgins contract?
No.
So people are going nuts about this contract. Nuts.
Why are they going nuts?
So T. Higgins, this is from Pro Football Talk. The full details of T. Higgins' new deal. Over the weekend, Bengals receiver, this is again, I'm quoting now, Pro Football Talk. Bengals receiver T. Higgins traded in a fully guaranteed $26.16 million franchise tender and a shot at free agency in 2026 for a 4-year deal. So what did he get? Here are the details per a source with knowledge of them. Number 1, 2025 offseason 90-man roster bonus, $20 million, not guaranteed but due 5 days after signing. 2025 offseason workout bonus, $100,000. 2025 base salary, $13.8 million, not guaranteed at signing. 2025 active per game roster bonus total, $2 million total. So that's where he is in 2025. 2026 offseason 90-man roster bonus, $10 million, fully guaranteed with offset language. With offset language, which means if they cut him after 2025, if he makes $10 million on a salary anywhere else, which he will, the Bengals owe him nothing.
How'd that happen?
2026 base salary, $10.9 million, fully guaranteed on the 5th day of the 2026 league year. He's got some bonuses in there. 2027 offseason roster bonus into $5 million with offset, base salary $19.2, and then 2028 base salary $27.3 million, not guaranteed. So the contract includes a 2-tiered incentive package in each of the 4 seasons. If Higgins participates in 65% of the plays and the Bengals win the AFC Championship, he gets $1 million. If they win the Super Bowl, he gets $1.7. Nothing in 2025 is guaranteed, however. The $20 million roster bonus is earned 5 days after Higgins puts pen to paper. The only full true guarantee at signing is the $10 million 2026 offseason roster bonus. The Bengals have, as a practical matter, a year-to-year option. They can pay him $35.9 million for 2025 if he dresses for every game, earns the $2 million in per game roster bonuses, and then they can move on before the 2026 salary becomes fully guaranteed. It's not guaranteed for injury. Because the $10 million guaranteed 2026 roster bonus has offset language, they likely owe him nothing if they cut him after 1 year. As a practical matter, it's a 2-year, $29.45 million per year contract, but they're not fully committed to year 2, and it could, in essence, be a 1-year, $36 million deal. Now, when you say to yourself, that means he really didn't sign a $4 million deal, but if you're T. Higgins, what this actually gives him is $9.7 more than the tag for 2025 and a $10 million injury insurance basically for 2026. So while it's his prerogative to take the deal, some would have opted to play on the tag in 25, hit the unrestricted free agency in 2026. So they can get out of him a lot. They could get out of this after a year. He really signed a 1-year deal that's a little bit better for him in the 1 year. But if he ends up riding this thing out for 3 years, this is worse than he would have done, I think, if he'd played on the fully guaranteed franchise tag and got it out.
Is it Spot Track? Yeah.
So it is
he
not
betting on himself or what? I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand the pay deal.
It's very strange. I think it's a good deal for the Bengals are protected in this a ton. He is not as protected, although if let's say that he plays this year and then they cut him, it's good, but if they pay him this year and they don't cut him, it's not that great of a deal for him with no guarantees beyond 26. Whereas on the free agent market, I feel like he could have signed a deal that had guarantees probably into 3 years.
Correct.
Certainly more than $10 million guaranteed in year 2.
Given the wide receiver market, yes, is the answer to your question.
It's a very strange contract. Very strange.
Why would
people are making a big deal about the 2025?
Why would his representation let the Bengals off the hook?
Yeah. It's pretty much a 1-year deal with the option for the Bengals to have him for a second year. It's really just a 2-year deal. Now, if that's the case, and for T, the problem with this is that T doesn't have the out. The team has the out. Whereas in the franchise tag, if he just signed that plate on that, he has all the control in another year. So it's interesting. It's a very team-friendly deal. Very team-friendly. And like I said, it could really be a 1-year deal with no risk at all to the
Burrow
Bengals.
really convince him to take this kind of deal? I mean, was Burrow influential on this?
I don't know.
Like, again, you can run it back, but you don't have a defense.
The 2-year cash flow for him is pretty good. It's $29 million a year if it's really real. But to have a 4-year, $115 million guarantee with $30 million fully guaranteed is wild. And they're going to cut him after 26.
Yeah.
His cap hits balloon to 32 and 36, and that would cost them nothing to them. Now that gives him an opportunity to be a free agent, so maybe it's not bad for him. It's very strange, though. To me, it kind of looks like T. Higgins is basically saying, "I'll be here for 2 years." And if they were to cut him after 1, it's nothing. If he has a bad year, or let's say it's not. There's no downside for the Bengals in this deal. There is potentially.
There's downside for him because he hasn't
Downside
stayed
for him.
healthy.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. What are his career earnings? So G-Man's saying, did they have potential outs in all 3 of the contracts? Burrow, Chase, and Higgins.
After what year?
2029 for Chase.
Yeah, that's normal though. So that's too far. This one is unique. They have an out after one
year.
season. Yeah.
He's made 31, almost 32 million career-wise.
It's wild.
Why would you? I don't know. Who's he? Isn't he represented by Rosenhaus? Oh,
Chase
Rocky
and
Arsenal.
Chase and him have the same. They have this Chase and Higgins
Well,
have the
then
same.
I got to
agent.
ask, like, how does Chase not get hung out to dry?
Well, he's not because they obviously wanted to get him. This is a little bit of a difference. This is a different situation. It's very strange. Very strange.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, and you could see the Bengals moving on after 1 year.
Yeah.
Totally the way that organization's run.
Totally, but it's a unique situation to be sure, and that's
Yeah.
one of those things that comes out, and you're like, oh, that's not quite what we expected it to be, but for 2026, for 2025, the Bengals have their big 3 together. I think they'll likely have them for 2 more years, but they have the ability to move on in 1 if T. Higgins doesn't perform at the level that they're expecting him to. That's the reason why. I mean, it's a little risky for T, but the franchise tag is the same type of risk. You know, what he has now instead of the franchise tag would be more cash in this year, and he's got a $10 million injury guarantee. So if he does suffer a big injury that would take him out into next year, he's got a $10 million guarantee there. Yeah, interesting. Interesting to say the very least. All right, when we come back, we got lots of sound for you from around the league, talking about the Browns, and then we're going to have a little fun and frivolity at 1:45, 2 o'clock hour. We got the latest article from the draft analyst, Matt Miller, Field EH Jordan Reed, the latest buzz on the NFL draft. We've got the mailbag. We've got some March Madness updates and a whole lot more. Hopefully, we're going to keep having a lot of fun here. Cleveland Browns Daily, brought to you by Bally Bet, an official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns on 850 ESPN Cleveland. Add more fun to your fandom with the Bally Bet Sportsbook app. Download today and get $50 in bonus bets when you place your first wager of $10 or more. Bally Bet, an official sports betting partner of the Cleveland Browns. Time now for some sound bites, updates on what the media is hearing about the Browns quarterback situation, and some comments from a man in play at number 2, quarterback Shedeur Sanders. Start with number 1. Jeremy Fowler still feels like Kirk Cousins is still a real option for the Browns.
Cleveland, to me, still looms large here because I do believe, based on what I've gathered, that when he got benched, that Cousins was firmly on their radar. They were going to look at all the quarterbacks with starting potential, but that Cousins makes sense for Kevin Stefanski. Like, they looked at that as a realistic option for them potentially. But right now, he's just simply not available until Atlanta changes their mind or becomes a little more flexible or aggressive here. But they haven't yet. So until then, Cousins is sort of locked into Georgia and is looking for a new home and can't find one.
You had another bite there before that with Mr. Schefter on Get Up.
Oh, I read it incorrectly.
That's all right.
I thought
I'm ready to adjust.
Soundbite 1, it looked to me like, just to my eyes when I looked at it quickly, I saw that, and then I thought like the description was under it,
Gotcha.
not over it. My
You're
bad.
good. No, but that's interesting. Like, that Kirk Cousins is still a real option. I don't know how that can.
I
be.
don't buy it, and I'm going to tell you, I don't want to buy it. Let me rephrase that, because if that is true, that means we're not drafting a quarterback at 2.
Correct. And you actually
Or 1.
Yeah.
Because Kirk Cousins isn't coming somewhere where he can get Penixed again.
Correct.
And he said that. So there it is. All right, so that was Cousins. So, again, that goes, I don't think that. And then these next 2 are going to say that maybe they don't believe what Jeremy Fowler said there, because Adam Schefter says he hears the Browns want Cam Ward.
Is Shedeur Sanders going to be there at 3? Do we expect that?
I believe he will be available at 3 for the Giants. And by the way, they don't know that right now because Cleveland holds 2 and Tennessee's at 1. But I think when you talk to people around the league, the sense is that Cleveland would like Cam Ward. I think Cam Ward's going to be the number 1 pick. Mm-hmm. Unless Cleveland trades up to 1, I don't think it's going to get Cam Ward.
Right.
And in which case, I think Cleveland goes either Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter. And if they go for one of those guys, then that leaves Shedeur Sanders sitting there at number 3.
So by the way, you don't want to bury, there's a little more to what he said there. At the very end, he made it sound like that the Browns, it's Cam Ward only. That's what Schefter just said. After he was sure the Browns were taking a quarterback at 2 at the Combine, now he's hearing the Browns are Cam Ward only. And we've said that on this program many, many times. If that's the case, you got to find out a way to get to 1 to get Cam Ward. Now, if Tennessee says, nope, there is no price, I say Ted DiBiase says different. He says everybody's got a price for the $1 million man. But this isn't a mortgage your future thing. It's not. If you believe he's a quarterback, though that is the guy, there isn't anything too high, and you're going from 2 to 1. They still get whoever it is that they want if they were happy not taking Cam Ward, which at the Combine, everybody said they weren't taking Cam Ward.
Tennessee has not gone and gotten a quarterback in free agency.
No, they have not.
Unless I missed it, they have not.
Yep.
Well, that would trend in the direction of they're going to go get one in the draft.
For sure. For
so
sure.
I don't know what that asking price from Tennessee's. You say everybody's got
no,
price,
but at some point it could be an unrealistic price.
Yeah,
it could be. So that's where it goes back to Shedeur. So now we've heard Cousins is a real option. That means no QB at 1 or 2. That's what that means to me. Now we hear Cam Ward, which would mean trade up to 1. Or maybe they're bluffing all along. Maybe Tennessee's bluffing all along. Maybe that's part of their strategy.
I don't know.
Now you're going to hear soundbite number 3, Jeremy Fowler saying there's still some love for Shedeur Sanders.
Do know the Browns, there's some love for Shedeur in the Browns building. How much love, I don't know, but there's they see him as a positive as opposed to somebody they want to knock in the process. They like his sort of computer mind processing ability. They feel like there's some good upside there in what he can do and operate in Kevin Stefanski's offense. Schematically, he makes some sense for some teams. It's just a matter of where they grade him. Do they feel like it's too rich for a quarterback that maybe in last year's draft would be, say, the 5th or 6th option? Is it too rich to take him top 5? But these guys get pushed up. All 3 teams in the top 3 desperately need need a quarterback and do not have a solution right now.
That means you go take one.
Would the Denver Broncos think twice about taking Bo Nix 5th last year as opposed to 12th?
No.
No, when he was the 6th quarterback taken.
Yeah. If you have your guy,
Yes.
go get him.
Go get him. Now, we're going to get to Shedeur in a second. I'm going to jump around here to Bill Barnwell. So this is something that I've been talking about a lot on this show and a lot, honestly, in the community when people come up and talk to me about various things. Bill Barnwell and, oh, man, whoever. Did you write this, G-Man? Yes. Give G-Man a hug for me. Please? There it is. Bill Barnwell mentioned something we on the show have been preaching for a long time, the importance of having a quarterback on a rookie contract to maximize your window to win. And in our case, not only does that maximize your window to win probably starting in 2027, but it allows you to come out from under some of the issues that you have from salary. So here's Bill Barnwell.
In addition to the schematic fit you mentioned, Mina, there's also the financial fit here, the ability to get a quarterback on a rookie deal, something that we know is extremely valuable, even if you think Shedeur Sanders is going to be an average NFL quarterback. Right now, the top 14 average salaries in the NFL are all quarterbacks. Guys like, Derek Carr, Sam Darnold, low-end starters at quarterback in the NFL, making about as much as superstar receivers, your Justin Jeffersons, even your Jamar Chases almost. And so that's an opportunity here to get that kind of player. And I know that there's questions about Sanders, but none of these guys are sure things. Go back in 2020. The second and third overall picks in the draft were an edge rusher in Chase Young and a cornerback in Jeff Okudah, just like you're expecting maybe Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter here. Those teams did not get a sure thing, and they passed up on Justin Herbert and Tua Tagovailoa, two extremely valuable quarterbacks. So I know there's questions about him, but there's questions about these other guys as well.
Yes, but that is the key. And you can't force it if the talent's not there, but the solution is drafting a quarterback who is a success. That's the solution in the National Football League. And the Browns picking at number 2 have an opportunity to do that in this year's draft.
If at first you don't succeed, try again.
Try again.
And then try again. Take 2 quarterbacks in this draft.
I'm fine with it. Or take one and trade for a Joe Milton. Trade for a Malik Willis. Bites at the apple. Kenny Pickett is a bite at the apple. That's a guy with a first-round talent on a rookie contract. That's a bite at the apple. And there are a lot of people, I'll tell you this, in this building that are higher on him than all of you out there. Now, does that what's that going to mean on the field? I don't know. But I know that there is some belief in this building that in this offense with Kevin Stefanski, that Kenny Pickett can be a very good starter in this league. Kenny Pickett, by the way, 15-10 as a starter in his career. That's the best winning percentage any quarterback who's been on the Browns since I've been here starting in 2013 has had. 60%. Truth.
Yeesh.
Just is. 7 game-winning drives on 15 wins as well. It's pretty good. So he's got some clutch meter to him. He's got some zest, some moxie. All right. We talked a lot about these quarterbacks for Sanders right now. First on why he feels his style of play works.
Everyone's talking about, the quarterback needs to be more athletic and those things, but you're more of a throwback. You play from the pocket, you live in the pocket, you play with touch time and anticipation. Why does your style work, and why will it continue to work at the next level?
I mean, it always worked in the league. Look at the history of the league. Not everybody was, big-time runners back then, back in the day. So you got the greatest quarterback ever, Tom Brady. He ain't run too much. So I feel like the best thing for me is to play from the pocket, and that's what I'm most comfortable in now. The difference is I'm able to adjust to my team. So if I need to take different type of drops, if I need to be able to get a little bit more active, then I'm able to do that and adjust my game. A lot of what we did the first year, in Colorado, I had to adjust my game to get more success, based off of what we had on the roster.
All right.
Just sounds like I look
first of all, that was Bucky Brooks.
I know, but
who had him, who loved Shedeur.
Yeah, but he close your eyes. It's Dion.
Yes. It's pretty wild, actually.
I mean, I will say this, whether or not it's intentional or not, I mean, we hear from Shedeur every day. We don't hear from Cam a whole lot. And maybe we will closer to his pro day, but I just feel like every day we have something from a soundbite standpoint from Shedeur.
Yep. Yeah, we certainly do. Here's Shedeur on what he brings to the table.
I was heavily involved I was almost a GM for both of the teams because I knew what pieces I wanted. And, when we got to Colorado, I already knew exactly what I wanted. It wasn't what just coach saying, these are the guys we're going to get. It was me actually going out there, getting those guys, knowing what receivers are going to fit my eye, knowing everybody has to complement each other, knowing, what your line guys we got to get, we got to secure. So I was heavily involved in that process from transitioning from Jackson State to Colorado. So I kind of have like a different type of viewpoint. I wasn't just going out there just playing ball.
He has done it at multiple places with inferior talent around him. Jackson State, obviously, he and Hunter were the best players there. And then you get to Colorado, inferior talent, and he's done it. And what he brings, he's a leader. He is a guy who's turned programs around. He is a guy that has allowed his teams to exceed their talent relative to the competition. He's the most accurate quarterback in the history of college football. He can win from the pocket. I still think there's a lot to like about Shedeur Sanders. And there are a lot of people that think he is certainly worthy of a pick in the top half of the first round. And if he's worthy of a pick at 15, 16, he's worthy of a pick at 2 because getting it right is all that matters. There's no look back at the value. There's no, by the way, good value on a bad quarterback pick, and there's no bad value on a good quarterback pick. That's just the truth. It's the reality of the situation. And I think, some people are looking, and it goes back to, last year was so painful for so many of us, and certainly for you, the fans, that you're like, let's get Abdul Carter. We'll have a great defense. We can trot a veteran out there, maybe even Kenny Pickett. He was able to win in Pittsburgh there, and we can be, a middle-of-the-road team. And now Kenny Pickett, I'm not writing him off as a possible solution. I think that he's a bite at the apple, no doubt. But this is a scoring league, and we are not a scoring team, and we have the second pick in the draft. That's why I think 2, 33, both of those picks in the third round. Offense. We need to overhaul our offense significantly. Now, I think going back to the Stefanski system helps, but you want to win in our division with the Bengals and with the Ravens, you've got to be able to put up 30 at any given Sunday. You've got to be scoring in the 20s consistently. Those teams are too good. They're too hard to stop. You can't out-D them. Now, we've had success against the Bengals in the past. We've played very good D against them, but that's a harder thing to do week in and week out in this league, given the rules in this league as well, than it is to know that you can go and score and you can win a variety of ways.
We went through it yesterday in the first segment, going through the entire roster.
Yep.
Right now, the biggest areas of need are on the offensive side of the football.
Hugely
which would
so.
Lead you to believe that come draft time.
Hugely so.
Yeah. It's not even close. I mean, we just had a conversation before the show with our director.
Yep.
Like top 5 positions of need.
Yep.
Quarterback, running back, wide receiver. We had a conversation with safety we thought should be in there.
Yep.
And then tight end, offensive line, defensive tackle, somewhere in there.
Yes.
But like there's 2 positions on defense, there's 5 on offense.
That's a lot of offense.
Yeah.
Exactly. It is a lot of offense because that's what matters. Man, it's you got to have that offense. Now, going back to Kenny Pickett, one thing that maybe should give you a little bit of hope for Kenny Pickett is the kind of coaching he was receiving and the situation he was in Pittsburgh is from Najee Harris. He talks about the Steelers' struggles last year, but you can hear their overarching comments. I know Pickett wasn't there last year, but overarching comments about the way offensive football has been coached. And we know that, prior to Arthur Smith coming in, Matt Canada was run out and was considered by a lot of people to be running, the worst offense in the NFL.
For a couple of years.
Yeah, so here's which would have been the years Pickett was there. Here's Najee Harris.
The time just ran out, because it was just a team where, we lost Ben, we lost a lot of the O-line. We just didn't know anything on offense, really. We didn't have identity. We had a young guy coming out quarterback. I was young, the team was young, and I really didn't have nobody to almost learn from the offensive side. I think the veteran guy on that team was like a 2-3 year vet, and that's really nothing. Like he's still learning himself, and I'm coming in and I'm just trying to look for people to pick their brain off of, and it was just defensive guys. So I'll go to the defensive guys to talk to them, but it wouldn't be too much they could tell me about an offensive thing. So. Through my years, I learned a lot that, only I learned firsthand. And I feel like here, we got a lot of veterans that I could learn even more stuff from. And even at the quarterback position and the O-line position, so it was an interesting year there. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Interesting year.
Yeah, not really a ringing endorsement there at all.
Good news. They'll fix it all with Aaron Rodgers, who's in the building today, supposedly, reportedly.
That's an interesting one, that's for sure.
They're not fixing anything with that guy.
No, they are not. They would be still, you would think of them.
They would be formidable.
Yeah, they'd be formidable. And they'd be a team that you would expect to be in the playoff hunt. They've never had a losing record. It's going to be similar to what they did, but with, they got DK Metcalf and Pickens with Rodgers, if they catch lightning in a bottle, to me, that's the only thing that makes sense for Rodgers and for them. Give it a go.
Sure.
It's not a long-term solution, but it's it's interesting and fun for 1 year. All right, when we come back, we got some fun and frivolity, some guessing games. We'll see how I do. I'm going in this completely blind, so who knows how that's going to work out. All right, thank you for listening. We'll be back with fun, good times. Hope the madness is treating you well. It's Cleveland Browns Daily on 850 ESPN Cleveland. Welcome back to Cleveland Browns Daily. I was waiting for that wipe so you guys could see me enjoy some great hydration.
We didn't put you up on camera.
Courtesy of the official water of the Cleveland Browns. Deja Blue. This segment, we've all been waiting for it. I'm excited but nervous. Just says Gibbe has something for you, which
I don't.
Because it's a Friday. Let me tell you something. This is a Monday. This could be like an assassination attempt. Because it's a Friday, it feels like it's going to be okay. Did G-Man like that?
Yeah, G-Man really enjoyed that.
He knows it's
Any
true.
day could be an assassination attempt.
He knows it's true. Right. He knows it's true. Okay. All right.
All right.
What do we got here, Gibby? What do you got for me?
We always like to have a little fun in the offseason with our friends at the 33rd Team.
We do.
Post some really good things. We play guessing games. And your football knowledge and acumen is well known and is pretty good at when it comes to these.
Yep.
The last 10 non-QB number 1 picks.
Last 10 non-QB number 1.
For everyone saying, like, picks. Tennessee's not going to take a quarterback.
All right.
Now, do you want me to tell you, like, what it goes back to?
No. Let's go. All right, so Myles Garrett.
Okay, Myles Garrett, 2017.
Is that the most recent?
No.
Okay, so we got Myles Garrett, 2017. Eric Fisher.
That would be 2013.
Jadeveon Clowney.
2014.
15 was Jameis. 16 is Goff. 17 is Myles Garrett. 18 is Baker. 19 is Kyler. 20 is Burrow.
20 is Burrow.
21 is Lawrence. Oh, the Jags took a defensive end, Travon Walker.
There you go. Did you hear G-Man? He was in the background. I thought he was going to give it away there.
No, I did not. And I don't even have my computer.
So you've got the most recent.
Most recent.
From
okay.
13 to now, yes.
So I have the most 13. So now we got to go back. And I need 6 more. How far back does it go?
Goes back to 95. That tells you exactly, like, number 1 picks are quarterbacks.
Yep.
There's only been 10.
Since 1995.
Since 1995.
Okay.
See, we're having fun.
Okay. Adrian Peterson?
No.
He wasn't a number 1 overall, was he?
Nope. We're on this list.
Courtney Brown?
2000. I have a Courtney Brown jersey in my closet.
Number 92?
Yes.
Is that right? All right. I'm pleased that I got the 4 most recent. That makes me feel that's kind of when I've been real down into this one.
1995. You want me to give you some hints?
Sure.
1995 was a team in our division.
1995. Hold on. Let me try to go between 2000 and 2014. There's a few.
You have 2 between 2000 and 2013.
All right.
Both are AFC teams.
AFC. Okay. Can you give me positions?
One was a defensive lineman. One was an offensive lineman.
Offensive lineman went number 1 overall between 2000 and 2014.
The offensive lineman one, I would have never.
All right, just give it to me. That's okay.
2008 tackle Jake Long to the Dolphins at number 1.
Oh yeah, Chris Long's brother, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And then a defensive lineman.
2006.
2006. What team?
It's a big conversation whether this guy was going or a certain running back out of a college was going.
Mario Williams.
There you go. 2006 to the Texans.
Houston. Okay.
Okay.
And then the other ones are in the between 95 and 2000?
Yep. 95, 96, and 97.
I mean, I was in college. Like, I don't even remember what in the heck was going. I don't even know.
You're going to kick yourself.
For one of them?
Yep.
Were any of these guys great?
Yeah. One's in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
One had a really good career, but he's not a Hall of Famer.
Chucky Wood?
No.
Chucky Wood did not go 1 overall.
No.
What? Give me the Hall of Famer's position.
You had a tackle, a wide receiver, and a running back.
Running back that went 1?
1995.
Is he in the Hall of Fame?
No.
No. Kajana Carter?
There you go.
Okay. All right. A receiver that went 1 overall. Calvin Johnson?
Nope.
Julio?
Nope. He went to the New York Football Jets.
1 overall to the
in 1996.
Jets? Al Toon?
Nope, but this one you're really going to kill yourself over. Not kill yourself, sorry. You're going to beat yourself up. That was a strong.
And he's not the Hall of Famer. The Hall of Famer is the tackle, or this is the Hall of Famer?
The tackle is the Hall of Famer.
Is the tackle Orlando Pace?
Yes, in 97.
Okay. Wide receiver, 1
G-Man knows
overall
it.
to the Jets.
See, this is a little fun exercise.
Yeah, wide receiver, 1 overall to the Jets.
Boy, are you going to be angry with yourself.
Am I?
I think you are.
1 overall. I can't. Like, when I think of the Jets in this era, this is like Chad Pennington era. Like, I think of like Santana Moss. He didn't go number 1 overall. I'm not even sure he was drafted by the Jets. I think he may have been drafted by the Commanders, then Redskins. Give me a hint.
Give me the damn ball.
Oh, Michon.
There you go.
He was the first overall pick.
He was the first overall pick of the New York Football Jets in 1996.
All right, so I legit got 5, and then you helped me. Orlando Brown, Kajana, Mario Williams. I
think eventually, I think you
I would never have gotten Jake Long, and I would not have gotten Keyshawn. I feel pretty good about that, to be honest with you.
Think about it. Since 95.
10 of them.
So that's 30 years.
By the way, so Miles is a Hall of Famer, and Orlando Pace is a Hall of Famer. That's it. That's the list.
Yeah.
That's what
I'm saying.
And I would say Carter was a straight up bust.
Yes.
Courtney Brown was a bust.
Yes.
Eric Fisher, I mean, was fine.
That was a bad year.
Bad draft.
That might be the worst draft we've
Clowney's
ever
been
had.
fine. Mario Williams was fine. Michon was fine. Jake Long was, I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
That's my. I guarantee. So that's 10.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. When we come back, what I want to try to do, that means there's 20 quarterbacks.
Yes.
Let me see if I can try to get the 20 quarterbacks that went 1.
I love where this is going. See, we've spun it into something today,
I like
kids.
it. All right, we'll see that. Hour number 2, Cleveland Browns Daily, brought to you by Bally Bet, right here on 850 ESPN Cleveland. All right, hour number 2 of this Friday edition of Cleveland Browns Daily, presented by Bally Bet, an official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. So we were talking about the last 10, out of the last 30 years of NFL drafts, there have been 10 players who were not quarterbacks that were taken first overall. Those 10 produced exactly 2 Hall of Famers. And I'm going to say Myles Garrett is going to be a Hall of Famer, the other Orlando Pace. That's it. That's the list. And quite frankly, more busts and middling players than good players.
Yes. Do you want to do? Can we do some college basketball scores real quick?
Yes.
College
do we have any
basketball
finals?
scoreboard.
Do we have any finals?
No finals.
Dang it.
I can tell you 5.5 to play in the East region. Baylor leading Mississippi State 63-57.
Hold on. In the East region, this thing needs to be. First of all, in a bracket, okay. In a bracket, this isn't hard. West and Midwest should be on the left. East and South should be on the right, with East at the top and South at the bottom.
Correct.
So that you know where to look. Why is South in the far upper
The
left?
feng shui is not great.
No, it's terrible. All right, what bracket? Where?
That was in the East region.
And
Baylor's leading Mississippi State by 6. It's a thriller coming down the stretch.
Oh, I got Mississippi State.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, what else?
In Cleveland, Alabama really struggling a little bit with Robert Morris. The lead is 10, 56-46. It was 5 just a minute ago.
They're going to be fine. They've withstood the run.
Okay. In the first half, it's all Iowa State leading Lipscomb 37-21.
We had Lipscomb winning that game.
Yeah. Sucks to be you.
Yeah, this is I don't like this update. This update stinks.
Well, and then Colorado State leading Memphis early on.
Colorado
We're only
State
5 minutes into the game, 12-7.
is leading Memphis. I have Memphis there.
That's in the West region. Yeah. That's actually probably one of the better games of the day.
It's going to be so good. It's going to be great. Let's go. All right, we talked about the 10 players, so there have been 20 quarterbacks.
Yes, so 20 quarterbacks, 10
All right,
players.
I have it by year.
That's
nailed
fine.
From 2015 on.
All right. Let's see what you got.
24, Caleb Williams.
Yes.
23, Bryce Young.
Yes.
21, Trevor Lawrence.
Yes.
20, Burrow.
Yep.
19, Kyler.
Yep.
18, Baker.
Yep.
16, Goff.
Yep.
15, Jameis.
Yes.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8. So I need 12 more. So I have a list here of 14 names, but I think some of them might go back too far.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. Andrew Luck.
2012.
Okay. Cam Newton.
2011.
Oh, wow. Peyton Manning.
1998.
Okay.
That was the first one since 95.
Okay. Oh, well, then 2 of these are going to be way too old. Sam Bradford.
2010.
I was at that draft. I talked to him that night. That was the last big, crazy contracts for rookies. That was
Correct.
the last draft.
He did quite well for himself.
That was Sam Bradford, Joe Hayden was our pick. Eric Berry of the Chiefs, the safety, the really good safety. C.J. Spiller was drafted by the Bills, the running back.
Yeah.
Those are the ones I remember from that draft.
Sam Bradford's career earnings. Any idea? Guess the stats.
Pretty sure he got 60 as like a rookie.
He played 9 seasons.
180.
4 teams. 130.
Pretty good.
Yeah, quite well.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. I threw this in there, but I know he's old. I think he's 91. Jeff George?
Not on this list.
But he was the number 1 overall pick. I think he's just too old.
I went from 95
Yeah,
to,
I think he's too old. The other one I had in here, who I also think, and now that I think about it out loud, is too old, is Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah, you would be correct.
Yeah, he's too old. Okay. But he was definitely number 1 pick. All right. Matt Stafford.
2009.
Elijah.
Eli.
Yeah.
2004.
Okay. Tim Couch.
In 1999.
Yep. By the way, Tim Couch, Baker Mayfield on this list are the only Browns quarterbacks drafted in the top 10 since 1999.
Yeah, 5 left. That's impressive, given the number of quarterbacks on the back of a certain jersey in town.
5 left. I've got Alex Smith.
2005.
Yeah. I got the bust, Jamarcus.
2007.
Okay.
It's J-Mac's favorite player of all time.
Jamarcus Russell is?
It's not, and I got the look.
Yeah.
Number one salute.
Carson Palmer.
2003.
Okay. All right, so I'm missing 2.
2.
Okay. I'm not sure he was a number 1 pick, but then I kind of feel like I remember that he was a number 1 pick. So if I don't have this one, I'm not going to get to 20 because I have 2 names down, and I have question marks by this one. Vic.
2001.
So he was the number 1 pick.
He was the number 1
I thought
pick.
so. And then, the Texans expansion. David Carr.
There you go.
Yeah, that was
2002.
That was a lot easier for me than.
Well, yeah,
the opposite.
Yeah. But still, I mean, that's 20 quarterbacks. What do you have? Peyton, Hall of Famer.
So here, Hall of Famers. All right. You've
Okay.
got
So here, I'll go. 98, Peyton. He's a Hall of Famer.
a Hall of Famer.
Couch is not in 99.
Nope.
Michael Vick not in 2001.
No.
David Carr in 2 is a no. Carson Palmer in 3 is a no.
Carson Palmer's really good though.
Really good.
He gets an
It's
RG.
not
Vic
the
gets an
Hall of Real
RG
Good.
too. Okay.
Eli?
We'll find out. I bet he will end up in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, probably. Alex Smith,
Really good.
really good. Jamarcus Russell, really
Bust.
bad. Matt Stafford in 2009.
I think he could be a Hall of Famer. Won the Super Bowl. I'll say yes.
So of the first 9, 3
Yep.
we're saying.
3 Hall of Famers, 3 really goods.
Stafford in 10? No.
No.
Cam Newton in 11?
Maybe.
Hall of Famer?
MVP kind of changed the game. Probably not, but it was an MVP of the league. Been to a Super Bowl. Really good.
No. I don't, not discrediting him, but again, I don't.
Really good.
Yeah. Andrew Luck?
Was on his way to a Hall of Fame career for sure. But short career.
Andrew Luck?
Yeah.
Okay. Jameis?
No.
Jared Goff?
No, but really good.
Baker?
No.
Kyler?
No.
Burrow?
Yes.
Trevor Lawrence?
Not right now.
Not right now. Bryce Young?
No.
Caleb Williams?
No. But not now. I mean, these are too
Yeah, correct.
too
But,
young.
Like,
Baker right now is trending though to be really good.
so you're talking 5 since 98?
That are Hoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of really good though.
Lots of really good.
Really, not really many busts.
So you're looking at 7 number 1 picks from the last 30 years that are Hall of Fame.
And that's stretching. I mean, right now, as it stands, nobody from we counted Miles.
Yep.
He's the only one that has a chance there. So that would be 2. Here, you never know kind of as posterity. Like if Eli will get in, I think Stafford could get in. Luck's not going to get in because he didn't play. Luck played like a Hall of Famer until he got hurt, for sure. If Goff wins a Super Bowl and keeps putting up big numbers, maybe there's a world where he gets in. Right now, I think Burrow's the only one that looks like he's destined for surefire Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not an exact science.
Yep.
But like you said, there are guys that are really good. Just it's not the Hall of really good.
Right. Exactly right.
From Adam Schefter here, Brandon Cooks signing a 2-year, $13 million deal with the Saints.
2-year, 13 with the Saints?
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't the Saints draft him?
Yes.
Yeah. They drafted him in 2014 in that draft. We really liked him in this building out of Oregon State.
That's how slow this news day is. That's what we got.
I wouldn't have minded Brandon Cooks here. Brandon Cooks would have been
That
nice.
seems like a cap-friendly deal.
Yeah, 2 years, $13 million. Seems great.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So when we come back, we got a little more mailbag.
Yeah, you want to do a little mailbag?
We got a little mailbag.
Leftovers from yesterday?
We still have some draft analyst stuff. We've got I don't think Duke tips off soon is going to get. So good thing we pushed that draft hill stuff. I don't think that's going to get us 20 minutes. Duke tips off soon, but we'll try. We'll see. All right. Yeah, we got some mailbag. We can roll with that. We've got an article from the draft analyst at ESPN on the latest there, which is I think fun, and we'll talk about that and much more. Get your questions in. You got to ask me anything. Go ahead, bring it on. Cleveland Browns Daily, 850 ESPN Cleveland.
I got scores for you.
Do it, give it.
Baylor 71, Mississippi State 69 with 119 left. It's a 1-point game. 71-70. And don't look now, but here comes the fighting. What did Robert Morris call themselves? Colonials. The Colonials. It's a 2-point game in Cleveland. Alabama 64, Robert Morris 62 with 7:44 to go.
This would be devastating, not just to my bracket, but to a great many.
Fine, good. I'm all for the chaos. Iowa State's up 40-24 at half on Lipscomb. And then Memphis, Colorado State tied at 15. But baby. It's a 2-point game in Cleveland.
4-point game.
Kev, don't ruin the thunder.
Let's go, Kev. Keep it coming.
I've got all 4 up on one TV right now.
Let's go.
I don't know what's going on. Our internet, not great today. Like, we are behind. Substantially behind.
Why are we so far behind?
I don't have an answer for you.
Actually, I was behind you because you said there was 1 point in this Mississippi State and
So that's on the TV, but our internet?
Gibbe sometimes, though, has a hard time understanding if he's ahead or behind what's going on, because I was once live in person in Baltimore, and Gibbe told me that I was behind while he was watching on television in Cleveland.
It's all right. Saturday Night Live, sometimes it's taped.
It's 100% true. I think they did kind of maybe it was they ran a similar play twice in a row, and I said something to him about it. He goes, "Dude, you're behind. Like, that play just happened." I go, "Gibbe, I'm here in person watching this with my own eyes in real life." So
it really happened.
I know I'm not behind.
That was 2020. It was a chaotic year.
Yes, it was a chaotic.
There was a
year.
lot of things.
Look, you had a lot of luminaries walking around.
I don't know what's
the
going
Huntington
on.
Bank guys.
I
What's
thought
going
no
on?
one was here today, and all of a sudden there's a lot of people here.
Luminaries. They're everywhere.
I know. I thought it was NCAA tournament day. Who did you say came through earlier?
St. Mary's.
There were people from St. Mary's that came through earlier.
From the Gales?
Yeah.
That's my parents' alma mater,
Ashby
G-Man.
brought some people through, and then our brackets were all up on the wall. I'm not sure we had St. Mary's.
Yeah. How about it?
Yeah, happens.
All right.
All right. Shall we do a little mailbag?
Yeah.
Presented by Cross Country Mortgage, the official mortgage partner of your Cleveland Browns. When it comes to financing, they always get you home. Visit ccm.com today. Equal housing opportunity. NMLS 3029. Some leftovers from yesterday. Feeling generous today.
Let's go.
It's an NCAA tournament thing. Enough from the Clown says best classic movie. Raiders of the Lost Ark, Star Wars, or E.T.?
Star Wars.
Yeah, it's got to be Star Wars.
Star Wars for sure. What were the ranking? What was it? Star Wars.
It was Raiders of the Lost Ark, Star Wars, or E.T. I get Raiders of the Lost Ark. Really good.
It's 1, 2, 3. Star Wars, Raiders of the Lost Ark, E.T.
Yeah. Let's see. Joe, how many times this millennium have all 4 number 1 seeds made it to the Final Four?
That's
guess
a
it was
G-Man
question
question.
asked earlier today on RBS. G-Man's really good at this stuff.
Yeah, G-Man's really good at a great many things, if we're going to be honest about it.
Fine. How many times this millennium? G-Man, look it up. Browns backers, North Jersey. Love a Friday mailbag. You previously mentioned that you enjoy Top Chef. Have you been watching this season of Top Chef? If so, what are your thoughts?
Yes, I have been watching it. I did not watch last night's episode because it was Severance finale, which was spectacular and ended with a tremendously gripping scene that was just a real-life manifestation of an existential crisis. It was spectacularly done.
Sure.
If I do say so myself, and guess what I do. This season so far, the one lady that has that looks like Parker Posey's character from Best in Show, she every time she's on the screen cracks me up. I keep saying that to Miss K, and she's like, I've heard that already, and I'm like, well, you're gonna hear it again.
We're running it back.
We're running it back. There are some very talented chefs in there. The first girl that was eliminated was so bad and eliminated justifiably. I haven't seen this week's, as I said, but there are definitely some good chefs. I'm excited about the season. Nothing against the new cast. I miss Padma. I thought Padma had a certain gravitas to her hosting that was really, really well done. So I miss Padma a little bit.
Robert Morris is winning. 65-64.
How much time's left?
Under 7. That whole arena, I'm told, too, is all Robert Morris. It might as well be a Robert Morris home game.
Oh, my goodness.
Shock the world!
Oh, my goodness.
Jersey Dog, any news on free agent Trey Lance? Have not heard anything about him. All these quarterbacks, it all comes down to ayahuasca, and he'll be the domino that goes from there. Would I be wrong in saying that?
That what?
Any remaining quarterbacks?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. It'll be him, then it'll be Russ, then it'll be Flacco, and then Jameis from there.
Yeah.
Like the dominoes will settle from there.
Did you see the pictures of Tony Brown?
No.
We just tweeted it out.
Okay.
He is wearing the most unbelievable Cousin Eddie hat that looks to me to be
Why
a combination.
couldn't he come in yesterday during the show?
That is a combination of a Cousin Eddie hat, but
Oh,
also
my God.
of like a Russian version of it.
Yeah.
Looks to be a beauty. He's got a giant, I think that's a turtle chain around his neck. He's in a great leather jacket. This is just tremendous. What a zest for life he has. Look at the smile.
G-Max got
Look
it
at
up
his.
on the screen right now if you're watching the stream.
Oh God, so good. G-Man, give me the one. Give me the one where he's walking down the hall doing Blue Steel. Can you zoom in on his face there, G-Man? Do we have the technology?
He's such a good dude.
This is everything you could want. If you could zoom in on that face, it's fully blue steeled out. It's really a sight to behold. It's tremendous. I couldn't be happier for him. I'm so happy he's back. Love Tony
This
Brown.
is a guy, by the way, for those that are not aware, got hurt, out for the year, was paying his own way to fly to our road games and sit right behind our bench.
Yeah.
I don't really know if that story's been told enough by
No, it's
people.
awesome.
I mean, he wasn't flying with us. He wasn't part of the travel party. He was paying his own way. And it wasn't like he's making lots and lots of money. He's doing well for himself. It's an NFL contract. But paying your own way to go support your team. Tommy Clayco.
It is amazing.
Tweets at the show. The consensus on the two QBs has always been Sanders equals high floor, Ward equals highest ceiling. If you look at all the other starting QB options available now, excluding Cousins, who would you rate as the highest floor/ceiling guys?
Of the veterans?
Yes.
Ceiling, I would suppose, would still be Rodgers. Right? And then the rest, I mean, maybe Wentz has a ceiling. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
there's
know.
there's not a whole lot out there that is gonna really change your program here.
Correct. Jared Lungenbill. What happened? What's going on? Jump ball. 15.7 seconds left. Mississippi State with the ball down 1.
Hold on. This
All
is
right,
in
so
the,
you guys are ahead of me.
We are ahead. It's confirmed. Mississippi State down 1 with the ball. 15 seconds. Give me a little play-by-play.
Oh, no. Oregon's got the ball. Or, I'm sorry,
Not
not
allowed
Oregon.
to do
Baylor.
Baylor?
Baylor's got
You're
the
not
ball.
allowed to do play-by-play, Gibbe.
They're not following.
That's at least what I was told. You can't be over air doing play-by-play of what we're watching.
Yeah, we're not allowed.
Not allowed. Well, just tell us what we give it. I mean, it's riveting
Yeah.
watching you watch it.
It's all right. So Jared asks, favorite NCAA March Madness memory?
For me, it's easy. It's 1996. Arizona Wildcats beat 3 number 1 seeds, all blue bloods. In fact, Kansas, North Carolina, and Kentucky en route to winning the national championship. That was a team that had Miles Simon, Mike Bibby, Mike Dickerson. Jason Terry was the 6th man on that team. They were so fun, and we got to go. I was in college at Emory, and Arizona beat Kansas, who was the 1 seed. I'm pretty sure it was Rafe LaFrance. And then they played in the Elite 8. They played a Providence team that was led by Austin Crocier and God Shamgod. And because all the Kansas people were expecting them to win, when they lost, they had bought all these really good tickets. So my cousin Danny and I got great seats right off the floor for nothing. And it was in Birmingham was where the game was played. So we
Nice.
drove in from Atlanta and got to watch Arizona cut the nets down and go to the Final Four and beat Providence. It was a good game, as I recall.
Watching it on TV, the Duke Kentucky game, the shot from Leitner, but when they got the monkey off their back and they beat UNLV in the Final Four and then beat Roy Williams and Kansas for the championship. That 48-hour stretch was magical for me.
Yep.
In person, actually here in Cleveland, NCAA second round at the time because there weren't play-in games. It was at the Wolstein Center. They didn't do it at the NBA arenas. It was more intimate.
Okay.
West Virginia and Kevin Pittsnoggle.
Pittsnoggle.
Yep.
Sure.
And the now GM of your Cleveland Cavaliers.
Colby Altman?
No, because Kobe's the president of football operations.
Basketball.
Why is his name? He's from Olmsted Falls.
Give
it was
it.
like a homecoming.
Mike Gansey.
Thank you.
There you go.
It was Gansey and Pittsnoggle taking on Wake Forest, who had a couple studs, if I recall correctly. 3 overtimes. And West Virginia took down Wake, who was like a high seed. And it was it was a heavyweight fight. It was so hot in the gym because it was so packed. The fans were just on top. You could not hear anything. And I was a runner. My buddy was the SID at Cleveland State. And he was like, hey, you want to work for the NCAA for me for the week? I was like, yeah. He goes,
Yeah.
You just got to run stuff and then, like, escort teams to and from the post-game press conference area. I'm like,
I can do that.
And he's
They're
like,
just
yeah,
walking
this
back
is your
and forth.
seat. I was sitting courtside.
They're walking this way, then they're walking this way, and then they're walking this way, and they're walking back. Jenks is holding court over there.
And look at that.
Swag doing his thing. Oh, there it is. Look at the blue steel. That might even be Magnum, folks. That might be Magnum. It's hard to say. G-Man, do you think that's blue steel or Magnum? Magnum. I agree. It's glorious. It's glorious. Yes.
Let's see. What else? From Tommy Clayco, the weirdest talent / skill you possess. Would you rather have a rewind button or a fast forward button for your life? Yeah, that kind of depends on the...
On a Friday, what'd you do? Running a business. He's running a business. It's a Friday. There are no days off. The weirdest skill that I possess?
Yes.
Can't say that one.
Yep.
When I was a kid, I was able to I can't do it anymore, but I was able to fold my lips kind of over them and smile, and it looked like, I don't even know how to describe it, but my lips would fold over, up and down. But I can't do it anymore. But when I was a kid, I used to be able to do it. It was a really good skill.
So West Virginia, by the way, that game, they beat Wake Forest. Where was it? Second round, 111-105 double overtime win. In 2005, I can't remember. There were 2 stars for Wake Forest on that team.
Yeah. Holy moly. By the way, Arizona, I was looking back up Arizona Providence that game. Arizona won at 96-92 in overtime.
Really?
Yeah.
That was a good game then.
It was a great game.
All right, what's going on? The clock's at 0.
Who won?
I don't know. There's a discussion here because there was a missed free throw. Baylor's up 3, 75-72. Bama's back up to a 6-point lead on Robert Morris. Gene Steratore is the rules analyst. Isn't he just an NFL, a former official? He was
he was
basketball
college
ref?
basketball and NFL. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know what. So the ball was off the rim. I mean, there's 0.5 seconds left. I don't know how the heck they're going to get a shot off.
By the way, in this Providence had a guy named Jamel Thomas who went 9 for 29 from the floor. 9 for 29 from the floor against Arizona. I'm surprised Arizona didn't smoke them. They shot 39% from the floor. They got 86 shots up. Arizona shot 48%, only got 64 shots up. Arizona had 22 turnovers. Holy moly, they tried to give this game away. Miles Simon had 30. Bennett Davison, A.J. Bramlett. Nice little... Ben Davison had a double-double. My word, what a fun team that was. Eugene Edgerson was on that team. Eugene Edgerson, who went on to be a Harlem Globetrotter, Gibbe.
Really?
Yeah. How about that?
I like it. I know who was. So I had to look it up. That 04-05 Wake Forest team.
Yeah.
Point guard by the name of Chris Paul.
Chris Paul was it? Yeah.
And Wake Forest, and I mean it was all West Virginia. Everybody was rooting for West Virginia because of Gansey. Pittsnogle became this great story. West Virginia went on to the Elite Eight that year.
Yep.
It was crazy. Oh, so is it over? Did they even give him a chance? Oh, okay, but nothing happened because I told you nothing would happen. Baylor wins. Sharpie. 75-72 over Mississippi State.
Dang it.
Don't sell
That's not a
yourself
big
short.
one,
You're a
though.
tremendous slouch.
That's not a huge loss there. That doesn't hurt me into the next round. What's going on with Bama and Robert Morris, Gibbe?
Is it a 6-point game? I think it's a 6-point game with.
I have 6, 72-66 Bama.
Yep.
Okay,
with like
all right.
3:40 left. All right, that's today's mailbag, kids.
All right, here we go. There's the mailbag. When we come back.
When we come back, G-Man's got an answer to the. What was the question we asked?
4 1
earlier?
seeds, all to the final
that all
four?
four number ones. G-Man will tell us after this quick timeout.
G-Man.
You gonna send
Hey,
us the-
sports fans, Aaron Gold here.
I see my friends kicking in the back seat. Which seat can I take? Friday. Gotta get down on Friday.
You guys know this
Everybody's
song?
looking forward to the
This is in their
weekend.
wheelhouse.
What?
I was like, you guys know this song? And they looked at me like I was crying. I'm like,
Oh,
no, this is in their
dude, this was
wheelhouse.
big. This is big song. Look up how many views this has. G-Man, I say over, under on views on YouTube of the official video for Friday by Rebecca Black on YouTube. I'm saying over 10 million.
I would say it's 25 million.
All right. Oh, let's see.
174.
174, G-Man. Well, how about it?
Oh, G-Man's got the answer, by the way, to our trivia.
'Kay.
The last time all 4 number 1 seeds.
Okay.
So it has only happened once
Okay.
in the men's bracket, 3 times in the women's bracket. In the men's bracket, it happened in 2008.
Okay.
Can you guess the 4 teams?
Duke,
No.
North Carolina,
Yes, that's one of them.
Kentucky,
No.
Kansas.
Yes.
North
Carolina was the 1 seed out of the East region.
Okay.
Kansas was the 1 seed out of the Midwest region.
Ohio State and Florida.
No to both.
No to both.
Trying to think when Billy Donovan was in Florida.
2008. Are these all big? They got to be all big schools.
Yeah, so another one's a blue blood.
Another blue blood. North Carolina, Duke, Kansas, Kentucky. You said no. Memphis?
Memphis, yes, that's not a blue blood, but yes.
That Memphis?
Yeah, so Memphis had to vacate all those wins because of the questions about Derrick Rose's eligibility.
Yep, Memphis. All right, so I need one more, and you said it's a blue blood?
It is a blue blood.
Arizona?
No.
Arizona's a blue blood. Better write that down. Georgetown?
No.
Who are the other blue bloods in college basketball?
I mean, you're missing a big one.
North Carolina, Kansas, Kentucky, Duke. To me, those are the blue bloods. What? UConn.
No. You're telling me the team with the most national championships is
UCLA?
Thank you.
Yeah, but UCLA, who the heck was on the 2008 UCLA team?
Kevin Love, Russell Westbrook.
All right, it's been a while, though, since they've been good.
Okay, but they were clearly.
It's been a while, and it was a while before that. They're a blue blood from the, Lou Alcindor days. John Wooden. Charles, what was they, the brothers? O'Bannon brothers.
The O'Bannon brothers.
Yeah, Ed O'Bannon, Charles O'Bannon.
Tyus Edney.
Tyus Edney. Sure.
Coast to coast to win a tournament game.
Yep. Oh, man. Cleveland Browns 2 hours ago cheering on at Zips MBB as they tip off the tourney tonight. Go Zips. What about Zago?
No. This isn't Arizona Daily.
This
Akron
is
Zips
Zago.
Daily.
This is, may he rest in peace.
No, it's not. G-Man is ready to come through the wall here.
Why?
Because I was like, it's Akron Zips Daily. And
All right.
he's a Kent State guy, and that did not fly well.
Gibby, I'd like you to move to the background, and I'd like to invite Dr. J.
All right, you got 4 minutes. Go, Jay. Go.
Dr. J, this is fantasy, this is flag football week 2 update.
Yes, sir. Week 3.
Week 3, but your second game?
Yep, my second game.
Well, that's all. Then it's week 2. All right, first game, 2 touchdowns. Didn't get the ball as much as we want. Not enough ball. You also, though, on air stated you were not interested in yards after the catch. All right, so that brings us to week 2.
Yep, week 2.
Okay.
We scored a lot of points. I personally didn't score any.
0
touchdowns.
Tutties.
I will say, for the first time, I felt my competitiveness about to come out. You're going to have to throw me the ball eventually, dude.
So, how many catches?
So, I had 2 catches. I did have 2 catches, yes. And here was the...
Are they aware of your pedigree?
I don't think so. I personally don't. I don't talk about it often. But what I
believe you say, hey, I played receiver in college.
It's funny because a lot of my teammates come up and tell me the colleges they played for, this and that. And I'm like, yeah, I played for X, Y, and Z. But that as far as it goes, I don't talk about it.
How many guys on your team played college football?
A good handful. Most of them, to be honest. Yeah. Most of them. Yeah.
Okay. 2 catches. Any yards after the catch?
Yeah, I had one that could have went for a touchdown from the other opposing side, but I made a silly move and he pulled my flag. And I told him, I will say this, I was like, listen, you was in for a ride there because I was about to take you to the end zone.
But he took your flag, so you didn't.
Yeah, so he got the upper hand. He got me. He got me.
He did. I like that you still talk trash after the fact too.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
pretty good.
gonna give you your props, but I'm also gonna talk trash on top of it. But I will say this: we talked about my quarterback last week, but he showed me something that I absolutely had to bring to his attention. He threw a deep bomb twice, and I went up to him. I said, "You had that in you the entire time. I could have been running past these DBs the entire time you threw it to me." But I have to give a shout out to Hannah Lee. She got majority of our touchdowns.
Well,
She's
that's because it's point incentivized for that, right? Yeah. Like the Megan Rock is. I don't know if she's in the league still. She was a monster, very formidable. Yeah, we all. Yeah, you get down there and then you try to get that because what's it worth? 9?
I think I'm not too sure.
It's definitely worth extra.
The scoring is confusing to me. I will say because we won 43 to like 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure on the scoring.
Okay. All right. Where are we at here, Dr. J? I got to tell you something. This is a very disappointing update.
Yeah, no, it's disappointing, and it feels like a letdown to my own self because a few
You're
times
letting a lot of us down.
I dropped 2 passes, so I have to be honest. A
50% drop rate?
Yeah, I dropped 2 passes. One, I ran into a guy. The other, I was being too big-headed. I told the guy to step up on the line because it was just me and him one-on-one, and I beat him off the line, and my quarterback saw it and threw it, and I was not ready to look back to. I didn't think he was going to throw it. I mean, as an excuse that I want to give, knowing that I don't touch the ball often, I look back and I'm like, oh, you throwing it to me. So I was not prepared. Yep. I owed 100 push-ups for that.
All right. This is what I want. Next Monday or Tuesday?
Our next game is Monday. Absolutely.
All right. Then your next game is Monday.
Yep. Next
Monday at approximately 3 p.m. We have to go in there, and I'm going to throw you the ball, and I want to see you run routes, and then I'm going to figure out where. Because right now,
okay,
you're in my mind. You told me you're like Jerry Rice, and you had no touchdowns and 2 drops.
Fair.
So I need to see it so that I can get re-energized right now. Because right now I'm sad.
Yeah, I'm
not mad.
I walked away from that game very.
I'm just disappointed.
Yes, I had no.
And
production.
Same quarterback.
Same quarterback.
How would you grade your quarterback on a 1 to 10?
1 to 10. If he's watching this, I have to be fair. I'm going 4.5. I have to be fair. No, I'm talking junk. I'm giving him
so much more to come here. Cleveland Browns Daily, brought to you by Ballybet on 850 ESPN Cleveland. All right, everybody have a great weekend. Look at it. Any for us, Gibby? It's like a whole beverage order coming in for the
I've
people.
seen stuff go to the left. I've seen stuff go to the right.
Nothing right down the middle.
Nope.
Folks, I promise you I'm going to get to the bottom of what's going on with Dr. J. We're going to go have a session next week because right now,
I think we should tape it and post it.
If you had an opportunity,
Should make it a short.
if you were at home and you said,
Get the digital number.
Dr. J's stats versus Uno's stats, you would have been, all the money in the world's on Dr. J, and yet right now, it's advantage
it's
Uno. 4.5. Quarterback's coach on this team.
What if you had been told that you had a 4.5?
I would just laugh.
30.
It would have been
30.
absurd. It would have been preposterous. Everybody knows it. My resume, which was my arm,
Everybody.
spoke for itself. I'm an old man now. We're long removed from that, but nonetheless, I can still throw it a little bit. This is just
15.
This is.
How about that for a bump?
I
That
don't
is.
know. I don't even know what to think anymore. I think I'm gonna have to take vacation in the second half of the week next week to deal with this. All right, the next level is next. Happy March Madness, everybody! Thanks for listening to Cleveland Browns Daily on 850 ESPN Cleveland.